Welcome back to Broken Electronics. I'm Lee, and it's wonderful that you could stop by to take a look at today's video. Now, what we're going to be doing today involves this PowerMac G5. It's a 2-processor, 2.5 gigahertz dual cores, the famous G5 quad. I actually have two of these machines, believe it or not. This one I picked up at a Facebook Marketplace expedition. I did a video where I talked about this a little bit. For $50, all I knew was that it was a G5 PowerMac G5. Only found out when I got back booted up that it was a quad. It is a quad. I also explained how I went to visit my daughter over Christmas and came back, and it had been running for about a week and a half. Fans running full bore. The cooler was quite loud. So, of course, I shut it down, tried turning it back on. Nothing. Till, I finally pulled it out of the closet, plugged it in again, not expecting it would work, and bang, it booted right up. Anyhow, we're going to do some upgrades to that machine. And I think I'm going to do this in two parts, largely because I'm waiting on a delivery. And I want to get started with this. First of all, RAM. Currently, the machine has half a gigabyte of RAM, 512 megabytes of RAM, which is crazy in a PowerMac G5. This was the first computer that Apple devised that would accept as much as 16 gigabytes of RAM, which was an insane amount of RAM at that time. And particularly considering the PowerPC processor dealt quite well with lesser amounts of RAM than the Intel processors did. But it takes 16 gigabytes, so I got 16 gigabytes. We're going to put that in there. Now, the other things we're going to do, the PCIe slots, since this was the first machine that had PCIe. I have a FireWire 800. This has an internal port, which does open up the possibility of adding an internal drive powered here. I don't think we're going to do that today, but there we go. And an eSATA controller card. I have an eSATA controller card in my digital audio, which a previous owner had added in, and it's quirky. But the eSATA card in my original quad works extremely well. So I think we're definitely going to do that. And the next thing, that currently it has this really, really quirky installation of Leopard that I have trouble doing anything with at all. So I'm going to install Tiger on it using my OWC enclosure and an SSD with macOS installers on there. I think that's going to be the easiest way to go about doing that. Certainly the quickest. Now, why Tiger? I mean, I almost never boot a quad into Tiger. I am going to put another drive into the machine. That'll be the next video. That machine will have Leopard on it. So I think I'm just going to put Tiger on the existing drive just so that I can get into the machine and have an operating system that functions something like what I'm used to an operating system functioning like. Anyhow, should be interesting. If you are interested in PowerMac G5 quads, and I certainly am, please stay tuned. Right off the bat, I'm going to apologize for a couple of things. You're not going to be able to see very easily what's going on in here. I do find it a lot easier to work on these machines when they're over on their sides here. Also, for the people who like to see each and every little detail of everything that I do with the machine, that's not going to happen here. I have already attached a Molex splitter to the one Molex connector that exists on this machine, the one that goes to the optical drive.
The other end of the splitter is plugged back into the optical drive. To do that, you had to take them out. That's not hard to do. These two clips hold the optical drive in, and then you can just lift it out. I say just lift it out. It's not so easy. There's just not a lot of room to reach in there and work on it. But got all of that done already. Now, there's some strange things about this machine. One, the missing slot cover here. Pretty surely someone had a PCIe card in there of some kind. The other thing that's missing, though, there is usually a bracket here intended to secure extra long PCIe cards. Now, it's pretty much useless. I've never really seen a PCIe card that long, but it's been taken out. And this cord here runs up to there, and it's spliced into the Molex and secured with tape. I can only imagine this was some sort of attempt at what one might refer to as a pixelless mod, although that's obviously somewhat different, but an attempt to power a more powerful graphics card that couldn't be powered from just the Mini 6-pin that the logic board has. All right, so I'm going to start out with the FireWire card. What I'm going to put here. Come on, screw. That goes out. May be easier to get our Molex attached. Quite. There it goes. Now, is that fully in? Yep. And it's not going to reach. Nope, it won't reach. So we will unplug that and we will go get another splitter. When I bought these things, they came in a package of like 10. So, and they've proven very handy. Okay. And this should be no problem. Come on. Get in there. And this is the easy part of the operation. Does not want to go in. Okay. Are we in? No, we're not. Should go in pretty easily. Let's try this one. Shouldn't make any difference. Yeah, one end just doesn't. Seem to want to go all the way in. So it gets stuck over here. Okay, let me fuss with this off camera. Sorry about that. I was not expecting that to be that big a pain. But, you know, brand new card, brand new Molex cable. Alright. You in there? And we're in. Come on. Stay down there. There we go. And next, shouldn't be as much of a problem because we don't need Molex for this one. Our eSATA controller. The one thing about the G4s, they were a lot easier to work on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, just getting into these little nooks and crannies is such a pain. Okay. Doesn't seem to go in. I can't win, can I? All right. That made it. Now, let's try the other screw. And that one went in fine. All right. Here's one of these slot covers. Now, I'm down to this, the same screw that was giving a problem. Only needs to go in enough to hold the slot cover. And there we go, success. Now, we need to remove the fan. And we have our RAM. Only 4 of the 8 slots are populated. Huh. It's 256. Memory module. And this is 1 gig. Must have been a seating problem because that's 256 megabytes. And that's 1 gig. So the two 1 gigabyte nodules were not registering at all. All right. They were probably just not seated well. Things get bumped around, the ram can get loose. Okay. All right. Make sure they're seated firmly, particularly since we had a problem before. Okay. Alrighty then. Not only can you not see well, I can't see well. Oh. No wonder it wouldn't go in. There we go. A little smoother now. Yep. Okay. All right. One of the easiest things to do is to go through this entire process and forget to put the fan back in. I watched a Drago One video once where he did exactly that. And I proceeded about a week later to be working on a G5, and I did the same thing. Okay. Let's first of all boot this up and see if it works. This video is already turning out to be way longer than I thought it was going to be. Stay tuned. Okay, we're in the process of booting up. I hope, yeah, okay. We got video, we have Apple. And here is that bizarro leopard.
Speech off.
Okay. Huh. Can hardly find my way. It's talking to me. All right. So it is a quad. Oh, I can't wait till this is gone. All right. Boy, yeah, I can hardly deal with this at all. PCI cards. Oh, that's PC cards. PCI cards, all right. Software updates are available? Huh, okay. So we've got Firewire, the GeForce display, PCI bridge, okay. Looking at the Firewire ports, unknown device, everything, there's nothing plugged in, but that's okay. And okay, yes, those are. Oh, okay, yeah. Here, these are the HCI controllers. These are the eSATA controllers in here, and that's the drive. Okay, now I'm just really curious to see what the that kind of updates are, oh, what the heck, I'll click on it. I can't even see. Oh, I have no idea what the password is. All right, but as I said, the heck with this. All right. Hey, this is like really bad. I just plugged in the installer drives. Okay. Oh, it's installing one item. Didn't even tell me. It may have told me what it was, but I couldn't see it. Yeah, I guess the password for it was Macintosh HD. All right. Okay. All right. So, pop down here into System Preferences. I just can hardly work on this. So I'm going to install Tiger on this and get rid of this. And then the next video we do, we will put in another drive and install Leopard. All right. Okay. I will not make you sit through all of this. I'll bring you back when we have a desktop to see. Stay tuned. And here we are in Tiger. Haven't done anything other than get it booted up at this point. But now we can finally see about this Mac 10.4.6. We've got the updates to do. But 4 by 2.5 gigahertz PowerPC G5. Isn't that beautiful? There's the 16 gig of RAM. That's all there. Yep. Still see our DVD drive here, thank heaven, because I had unplugged the Molex from that. Want to make sure that was still working. Our graphics card is still the NVIDIA GeForce 6600. Same card I just recently put into the dual 2 gigahertz. Our PCIe cards. The network cards do read as though they're PCIe. The FireWire card that was put in. Of course, the graphics card is on PCIe, and this PCI bridge, that's the eSATA, which does show up here. Oh no, that shows up, well, it doesn't matter. It's there. I believe that it's there. FireWire shows us a bunch of things. Okay. Well, so I just have to get about doing some customizing here so I can actually use this. And pretty soon here, we'll be putting Leopard onto this. I can dismount the installers now. And that will eject all of them. Okay. So, in any event, success, I'm glad to say. Be good to other people. Other people need it and deserve it. Be good to yourselves. You need it and deserve it. We will make this place a better world. It isn't yet, so take very, very good and careful care in these difficult times. We'll be back with, we got at least one more video on this machine, of course. We've got some other G5 goodness. We've got some other G4 goodness, and who knows what else may pop into my fevered little mind. In any event, until those things come along, this has been Broken Electronics.